and vehicles. Fire crews say wind-carried debris is sparking new flames, making the fire's path unpredictable. This fire has fingers that are drawing in different directions depending on which way the wind is blowing.
The flames are making it harder to breathe all over thanks to that wind. Meteorologist Stephanie Abrams at the Weather Channel.
That smoke is due to 270 wildfires burning more than 2.6 million acres across the U.S. For perspective, 1 acre is about the size of a football field without the end zones. The majority, they're in the West, and that's where we have the worst air quality.
Vice President Harris picked up the phone to hear exactly what she was hoping for. Correspondent Ed O'Keefe is at the White House.
Another big endorsement for Vice President Harris is in.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
The official nod from the Obamas comes as Harris made clear she expects to see former President Donald Trump soon on the debate stage.
Yeah, I'm ready to debate Donald Trump.
The Trump campaign says the former president won't agree to it until Democrats formally decide on their nominee. 2 leaders of Mexico's Sinaloa drug cartel have been arrested in El Paso, Texas. One is the son of El Chapo, who's serving life in prison in Colorado. CBS's Nicole Skanga.
The Drug Enforcement Administration calls fentanyl the leading cause of death for Americans between ages 18 to 45. And last night, the U.S. Attorney General hailed these latest 2 arrests as part of a continued effort to stop its distribution.
The mayor of Paris has just promised arson attacks that have crippled high-speed rail service into the city will not have any impact on the start of the Olympics. But Mother Nature could be another story today. CBS's Elaine Cobb is there.
Parisians have suffered through a lot to get to this opening day. Now it looks like they'll be watching the opening ceremony on the Seine River in the pouring rain. Heavy rain this morning and forecast for the entire evening also raises concerns the river will be unsafe for the swimming events due to start Tuesday.
Dow futures up 249, NAS futures ahead 214. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $700 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777.
My name is Big Lou.
Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes or overweight or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-230-2777, 800-230-2777, or biglou.com.
A convenience chain is expanding its offerings beyond Slurpees and hot dogs.
While you may think of 7-Elevens being just an American thing, there are actually 21,000 shops in Japan. And now the convenience store chain here in North America is working closely with 7-Eleven Japan and is using some of the same food manufacturers. So next to the roller of encased meat, you'll now find things like chicken teriyaki rice balls, miso ramen, and sweet chili crisp wings in the more than 13,000 7-Elevens in the U.S. and Canada. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
A couple of movie stars crashed Comic-Con.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, along with co-star Emma Corrin, surprised more than 6,000 fans in San Diego with a secret screening of Deadpool and Wolverine, which opens in movie theaters today. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze, and right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, and actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show. Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden on News Radio 1440. Your WSFA First Alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. You are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Mild start to our Friday morning will give way to a warm afternoon. Temperatures will top out on either side of 90 under a mix of sun and clouds. Hit or miss shower and thunderstorm chances remain in play again today, along with that humid factor. Tonight we'll see mainly cloudy sky, lows in the 70s. The weekend features highs around 90, sun and clouds, rain chances scattered to isolated in nature with lows in the 70s. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. There's a power line down on Perry Hill Road between Goodwin Middle School and the VA. If you're coming from the Atlanta Highway side, they're going to turn you around, send you back. So be advised there. Also finishing up an accident 65 northbound at West Fairview involving a fire truck and Wetumpka Highway southbound just before North Boulevard. Watch for accidents in all of those locations. If you're born in December, it's hard to have a birthday party because of all the holidays going on. Well, the Front Porch Grill is throwing a birthday party today and tomorrow for everybody born in December. You get free birthday cake and party favors with your meal today and tomorrow at Front Porch Grill in Millbrook next to the food outlet. Happy birthday. Buckle up. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning. I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom. A new team effort is in place in Montgomery to target crime and catch wanted suspects. It's called the Metro Area Crime Suppression Unit. The goal is to stop organized crime, drug crimes, robberies, vehicle thefts, and shooting. In its first 12 days, they've conducted more than 400 traffic stops, 49 arrests, and issued close to 200 search warrants.
Good.
Also recovered 5 stolen vehicles, then seized 33 firearms. 2 horses here in Alabama tested positive for Eastern equine encephalitis. They were found in Covington and Mobile counties. EEE is a serious mosquito-transmitted disease, worse than West Nile for horses. 90% of them die. Let the games begin. The opening ceremony of the Summer Olympics in Paris is today, and 6 athletes with Alabama ties will be competing for medals in Paris. You can find a complete list in this story on WSFA.com.
Hey, is that a faucet running? Nope, that's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. It is? Yeah, forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink. The water comes straight from the forest to us. In fact. What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum. That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe. How do trees clean the air? They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches, and trunks, which means clean air for us. Cool. I didn't know that. Yep. But the forest does more than give us clean air and water. It gives us shade for hot days, birds to listen to, and trees to climb. Wow. That's awesome. I didn't know how cool the forest could be. Hey, let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learn something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it, so can you.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
I'm Aaron Tippett.
I'm Aaron
To be
Tippett.
able to make a living
How
at
big a
what I
boy
love,
are you?
making music for more than 25 years. But it didn't get there overnight. There were a lot of long days and nights of working just to make ends meet. Good things in life don't always come easy, but when you sweat for what you want, it makes it even sweeter when you get it. So remember to work hard, and when the opportunities present themselves, you got to be ready to grab them. This message is brought to you by the United States Air Force.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine. It is a Friday morning. It is one more day, one more, that you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you. I'd say that's a lot to be thankful for this morning, wouldn't you? Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time to rise and shine this morning. Yep, time to get up, if you can look up. Good morning. Time for our daily bread. It is July the 26th, 2024 AD. Today's daily bread on July 26th is Jesus removes the stain. Our scriptural insight today comes from Jeremiah 2, 1 through 5 and 21 through 22. Jeremiah 2 and 22 reads, "Although you wash yourself, the stain of your guilt is still before me, declares the sovereign Lord." Govern yourselves accordingly this morning. And again, it is July the 26th, 2024. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that once it is gone, it shall never, ever be again. It is a once-in-a-lifetime deal, like all the other days of the past. Once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to come back and do all the things today that you should have done that you don't. And you don't get a chance to undo the things that you do this day that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, hopefully that if tomorrow should be, and it's not a promise, hopefully if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done on this day, July the 26th, 2024. If you've lived a while, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, the mercy, the charity, and the love of God, we may, I am not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day that is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, do what you can, while you can, for whom you can. Because whether you believe it or not, someone along the way in your life, in your journey, somebody has given you one, a shoulder to lean on, a smile when things didn't go right, a heart to love you. You can do no less. Reach out. Give somebody else a helping hand. Visualizer may say, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard by which you live life. You'll always be successful because you're never a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never quit. You never give up. Never, ever quit. And no matter what happens, as they remember this, it is a great day, a stupendous day to be alive. Jesus removes our stain, July the 26th, 2024, and we'll be back. Good morning to you.
So glad you can join me for today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading titled, Jesus Removes the Stain, was written by Adam R. Holes. Are you kidding? I yelled, digging through our dryer looking for my shirt. I found it, and something else. My white shirt had an ink spot on it. In fact, it looked like a jaguar pelt. Ink splotches coated everything. I clearly hadn't checked my pockets, and a leaky pen had stained the entire load. Scripture often uses the word stain to describe sin. A stain permeates the fabric of something, ruining it. And that's how God, speaking through the prophet Jeremiah, described sin, reminding his people that its stain was beyond their ability to cleanse. He said, although you wash yourself with soap and use an abundance of cleansing powder, the stain of your guilt is still before me. Thankfully, sin doesn't get the last word. In Isaiah 1:18, we hear God's promise that he can cleanse us from sin's stain. Though your sins are like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they are red as crimson, they shall be like wool. I couldn't get the ink stain out of my shirt. Neither can I undo the stain of my sin. Thankfully, God cleanses us in Christ, just as 1 John 1:9 promises. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness. The scripture reading for today's devotional is from Jeremiah chapter 2, verses 1 through 5, and then verses 21 and 22. The word of the Lord came to me. Go and proclaim in the hearing of Jerusalem. This is what the Lord says. I remember the devotion of your youth, how as a bride you loved me and followed me through the wilderness, through a land not sown. Israel was holy to the Lord, the first fruits of his harvest. All who devoured her were held guilty, and disaster overtook them, declares the Lord. Hear the word of the Lord, you descendants of Jacob, all you clans of Israel. This is what the Lord says. What fault did your ancestors find in me, that they strayed so far from me? They followed worthless idols and became worthless themselves. And now picking up in verse 21. I had planted you like a choice vine, of sound and reliable stock. How then did you turn against me into a corrupt wild vine? Although you wash yourself with soap and use an abundance of cleansing powder, the stain of your guilt is still before me, declares the sovereign Lord. Would you pray with me? Father, thank you so much for sending your son Jesus to pay the price for our sin, to cleanse us and to make us white as snow before your eyes. Thank you for saving us. We love you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for spending time with me today. I'm Stephen Tabor, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
And we pay homage to all of our armed forces like we do every morning here. Being that I'm an alumnus of that great organization, the United States Army. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. And remember, freedom's not free. Somebody has to pull maintenance on it. And we thank those young men and women today who don't mind putting on that uniform and going in harm's way when necessary. But hopefully we don't have to do that. Okay. Also, say good morning to some of our local heroes around here. You know, we got the Montgomery Police Department, the Montgomery Fire Department, the Montgomery Sheriff Department, and now we got the FBI, ATF, ETF, and everybody else working in Montgomery now. Is it that bad? Maybe not really, but they're trying to make sure it don't get that bad. All right. As a matter of fact, we also have excerpts of the press conference yesterday. I'm going to play for you guys this morning. And for those who didn't get a chance to hear it, it's going to be played right here, so you can hear it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You get all these groups of people getting together and talking about what they're going to do for us. We'll see. Although Sheriff Cunningham wasn't playing yesterday, though. So we're going to come get you. We don't get you this time, we're going to get you next time. But one of these times, we're going to put a foot in that butt. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to hear. As long as it ain't my butt. About time somebody sounding kind of tough out here and mean it. Personally, I think y'all would take a phone book and beat them with it. But that's just me. And want to say good morning to Gunner and Maxwell Air Force Base. After all, this is an Air Force town, so we got to pay homage to those guys out there. And good morning to Aaliyah. Good morning to all the guys upstairs. Hang out and keep an eye on me when I'm here. Good. Good morning to them. U.S. Marshals and all that stuff. Yeah, That's right. I got Marshals protection. That's right. Because some of y'all out of control. Oh, yeah. Good morning, and now it's Friday, right? So Friday, I got nothing to talk about today. But I got to give you guys your motivating speech this morning called The Power of Attitude. And the power of attitude is an important one because some of us don't understand. Human beings are the only species on God's earth that can change their situation by changing their attitude. We're the only species on earth. So the power of attitude is very, very, very important. Okay. So this morning, you're going to get a little bit of that. Then we'll come back. I don't know whether I should play the because it's about 20 minutes. I can play that and I don't know. I'll see how much time I got left. Anyway, we shall return uno momento. But today's motivating speech is the power of attitude, and it's only like 4 minutes long. Okay, let me see who this on called me already. It's early in the morning, and I got things to do first thing on Friday. All right, good morning. Who's this? All right, appreciate it. Anyway, let me get this thing going, and we shall return uno momento. The power of attitude. Trust me, many things that happen to us in life have a lot to do with our own attitudes. So listen to this, and we shall return uno momento. All right, here we go. The power of attitude.
Identified himself with. The first one is the eagle. The eagle. And the second animal is the lion. And when I identified those two animals as his favorite to to identify himself with, I recognize I better study these two animals, because if he is the leader of the universe and I want to be a leader on earth, I better find out the nature of these animals and also the attitude of these animals. And I discovered that both of them are the kings of their domain. The eagle is the king of the bird kingdom, and the lion is the king of the animal kingdom. But let's talk a little bit about the lion. The lion has what I call the spirit of leadership. And this word spirit here is referring to attitude. Everybody say attitude. A leader has an attitude that makes him or her different from followers. Now, the lion is the king of the jungle, but the lion to me is a great source of encouragement to all of us. I want you to write this down. Remember this as long as you live. Number one, the lion is not the tallest animal in the jungle.
No, it ain't.
Number two, the lion is not the largest animal in the jungle. Number three, the lion is not the heaviest animal in the jungle. Number four, the lion is not the smartest animal or the most intelligent animal in the jungle. And yet, when he shows up, they all run away. Well, here's one of my favorite quotes that I put in my books, and I believe it really brings home the point. An army of sheep led by a lion will always defeat an army of lions led by a sheep.
Ain't that the truth?
And the answers to that dilemma is this: because leadership can transform cowards into violent warriors. The right kind of leadership can transform a timid into bold people who are fearless. Leadership is that powerful. Leadership can walk into a camp of depressed people, and in 20 minutes, they have turned on into unbelievable, powerful armies. Because leadership determines everything. The lion is the king of the jungle because of one word: attitude. Everybody say attitude. Write it down. Attitude. The lion has a different attitude that makes every animal afraid of him. Now, we don't want to lead by fear,
but it don't hurt.
But it does take respect for you to become a leader. When I use the word fear in the jungle, we're talking about respect. The elephant respects the lion. The hyenas respect the lion. The giraffes, they respect the lion. What makes these massive animals respect such a small cat? The attitude is the difference. For example, a lion will see an elephant, and the thing that comes to his mind, one word: lunch. I can eat this thing. And he acts the way he thinks. Now, here's another amazing mystery. The elephant is larger, bigger, stronger, more powerful, heavier, and more intelligent. And yet, when the elephant sees the lion, one word comes to mind: eater. Attitude is a product of belief. You cannot have an attitude beyond your belief. So your attitude comes from your belief system. The lion is the king because of what he believes about himself.
Okay, the power of attitude. Yeah. So how did he say that? He said, what did he say? He said that sheep led by a lion will become ferocious and fearless. But a lion led by sheep, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, just think of me as the lion. Okay, I'm just saying, just think of me as the lion. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, some people have called me a lion before because I'm tough, you know. So Paul, Paul doesn't call me a lion. Anyway, let us take a break, and we'll be back. Hopefully, I'm going to try to get some of this press conference yesterday from all the new task force. I forget what they call it. Too many names. Can we just say whip ass talk for task force? Can we say whip ass talk task force? Okay, just because we want them to whoop some butt. Okay, butt whooping task force. Exactly. That's what we want to call it. We'll be back.
FA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Lowe's. Don't miss up to 70% off select major appliances at the Lowe's closeout event. But hurry, these deals are too good to last because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/7 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Mild start to our Friday morning will give way to a warm afternoon. Temperatures will top out on either side of 90 under a mix of sun and clouds. Hit or miss shower and thunderstorm chances remain in play again today, along with that humid factor. Tonight we'll see mainly cloudy sky, lows in the 70s. The weekend features highs around 90, sun and clouds, rain chances scattered to isolated in nature with lows in the 70s. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking pretty good. Nothing's been reported recently that would send you on an alternate route. Problems reported earlier this morning now have all been cleared, so that's all good news. You keep listening, and we'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. The Festival Plaza has it all. Enjoy a movie at AMC Festival Plaza Theater, then eat at the Bubbly Hen. All this and so much more at the Festival Plaza Taylor and Vaughn, a Colliers managed development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
When someone drives up to your house, generally the first thing they see is your driveway, your invitation. Someday when you sell your home, your driveway will be the first to speak for how well you've maintained this investment. Hi, this is Tom Latham with Penny Earned and Concrete Technologies. Call us today for all of your concrete needs, your driveway and your swimming pool, as well as complete outdoor living areas, fire pits, fireplaces, stamped and patterned patios, retainer walls, and drainage systems to complete the outdoor living area. Our team's been together for many years, and our goal is to be the best. We have ideas to share and hundreds of pictures on Facebook posted for your viewing. For years you've seen our trucks in your streets and our signs in your neighbors' yards. Isn't it time you called 334-284-9292? And do follow us on Facebook for hundreds of pictures of current and past projects. Call Penny Earn today, 334-284-9292. 334-284-9292.
Penny Earn Concrete, beautiful changes.
Let's get toned up, Montgomery. It's Matt Parsley from Budget Car and Truck Sales. If you're headed on vacation this year and need to lose some weight, I've got a weight loss solution. That means if your old ride is weighing you down, let's dump it. Because right now, you could drop that weight and drive a nicer, newer car for $8. That's right, $8 down. Yes, $8 down. It's not healthy to ride around town in a car you hate. You could ditch that old ride and drive for $8. Yes, $8 down. And if you have a trade, get up to $5 more than Kelly Blue Book for a car you hate. My For the People credit approval process will do all the heavy lifting. We work with the banks and the lenders that want to say yes. That's yes, yes, yes. So this month, forget about burning calories when you could be burning rubber in a nicer, newer car you love for just $8. That's $8 down. So don't let your old car weigh you down. I can help you lose that weight. But hurry, this deal is done once I've helped 127 people dump that old weight. I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all these great rides at BudgetSaysYes.com. That's BudgetSaysYes.com. 61 Mendale Parkway next to Fraser Church, just off Atlanta Highway. 334-244-9777.
Russell Wilson here. With Play 60, United Way in the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Did you know that Alabama law requires all pets to be currently vaccinated against rabies? This is State Public Health Veterinarian Dee Jones. Rabies vaccination not only protects dogs and cats from the deadly virus, it also reduces the risk to the owners who could unknowingly be exposed by their unvaccinated pets. Help us protect you, your family, and your pet by getting them vaccinated today.
This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and this station.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
Hi, I'm Queen Latifah. Even with heart failure, my mother remained strong.
Because without strength, you lose hope. Together, we will rise above heart failure.
To help prevent, improve, or manage heart failure, go to riseabovehf.org.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres.
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio.
Okay, here's what I decided. I decided to play the press conference at the beginning of the next hour. That way people will be able to get to work and stuff like that, and they won't miss it. So I'm going to do that then. This hour, we're just going to talk about stuff, and mostly y'all. Anyway, good morning to you, 7:36. Because it really is a fascinating take on what's been going on in the city of Montgomery since these guys got together, and they'll explain all that to you. Some of the things they've done some pretty significant damage to the crime scene. Hopefully, now we just get Ray and Pookie to stop shooting each other. We may go outside again. 860-1440 is the number here. You want to give us a call? Good morning. Who's this? Yes. I'm doing fine. Yeah. Oh, okay, my bad. Must have been. Yeah, that's maybe what. Yeah. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know about her per person. Yeah, I'm worldwide, Yeah, well, I'm not gonna get into. I'm not gonna get into people's personal life now. That. Yeah, yeah. Well, you got to get one. You got to get one. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean. Okay. All right then. Okay, my bad. I must have misunderstood what I heard. Good morning, 7:30. Woo! Good morning. Okay, now don't wear me out with that. Okay, we know that. I don't want to hang up on you. I know you're trying to do something good here. Don't blow it. Good morning. Well, no, that wasn't Mr. Ed. That was somebody act like they're Mr. Ed. Yeah. But I appreciate what you're doing, but let's not. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He said a herd of right, led by a lion. Yeah, it will become. Yeah, led by a sheep. That's true. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like we tell people, like we said, your attitude determines your altitude. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it will be. Yeah. And listen, I got something better than that. Thank God you're not a Democrat. I mean, I just say it. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Well, right, right. Well, let me ask you a question. Wait. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take that. Yeah, I'm gonna take that because I started that. Okay, I'm gonna take that. So okay, yeah. Yeah, well, I am glad, but I am glad. Yeah, but I am glad that the governor of this state said screw that DEI stuff. And first of all, yeah, that's right. She signed the bill, said get rid of it, and our institution. I'm just done with it. We keep trying to un. That's right. Yeah, yeah. But affirmative action never has made people accept you. Never. Yeah, they don't make anybody. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you really think, Reverend? Do you really believe that we as a country are where we were in the 1960s as far as relationships are concerned with one another, black and white? You really think we still there? Well, sure. Yeah. Right. But right, but he didn't say right, but he didn't say don't cook. Right. But he did right. And sometimes you got to bake your own pie. Okay. All right. Right. All right. Appreciate it. All right. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. It is 7:45 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Not that it matters who it is. Yeah. Good morning. Yeah. Morning. Morning. Well, brother, we have left that up to the people that are in charge, and hopefully, just all I got to do is keep your powder dry, keep your boots shined, get your uniform ready, just in case something go down. Yeah. Probably so, my friend. I got to take a break. We'll be back at 7:47 in the morning. We'll be 860-1440 is your number here. You want to give us a call up and talk to you. Coming up next hour, of course, we're going to go take a trip to yesterday and listen to what the sheriff, Al Taylor, uh, the current interim police chief, a bunch of people talk about the crime in Montgomery and what they're trying to do about it and what they have done about it since they've been formed.
Contained systems can endanger your family, pollute the environment, and can be expensive to repair. You can prevent your system from failing by having the same constantly for 5 years, and repair the container from free and dispose of it quickly. Use detergent, soap, and box safe, and put laundry over 7 days. Do not overload the system with too much water. This must be brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and the state.
My husband is I was tired all the time.
I'm trying to put on that in the past.
The uncertain thing about some symptoms it was long as your health is affected. Financially, I've been able to make a living when I was making music for more than 25 years. But it didn't get there overnight. There were a lot of long days and nights just to make ends meet. Good things don't always come easy. When you sweat for what you want, it makes it even sweeter when you get it. So remember, work hard, when the opportunities present themselves, you got to be ready to grab them. This message is brought to you by the United States Air
Today's from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Bedtime is a special time of day, a moment to connect with your child before going to sleep. After your child has brushed their teeth, having a routine every night helps your child structure your day, feel safe, and develop good sleep habits. Relationships matter. For more, talk with a pediatrician and visit healthychildren.org.
Play 60, United Way, NFL, helping kids get at least 60 minutes a day. To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play 60. We just can do everything. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This weekend, cheer on Olympic hopefuls as they compete for a spot in the Paris 2024 Olympic Games at Montgomery Whitewater. Montgomery Whitewater is partnering with the American Canoe Association and the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee to bring the canoe slalom and kayak cross-Olympic team trials to Montgomery this weekend. Festivities begin this Thursday night with Olympic-themed trivia at Eddie's Restaurant, live music. Team trial races start at 9 a.m. Saturday at 8 a.m. with live music at 5 p.m. Saturday night.
Good
of you know that June is Men's Health Month?
Ladies, now is the time to encourage the men and boys in your life to make that doctor's appointment he's been putting off. Or come to a doctor who can see you can have it. How men by 5 years.
Men, it's time to talk to the younger generation and encourage healthy lifestyles. Exercise more, drink more water, and cut down on junk food. Let's set an example for our kids that will not only affect them, but the lives of their children. June is the perfect time to schedule your annual checkup and make those healthy lifestyle changes.
This is Steve Health Officer Mark Scott. For more information, visit our website, www.alabama.gov.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital. The miracles never come easy. That's why as great as children's hospitals are, they keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Hi, I'm Dr. Rita Chandler. Series of when the Parkinson's tend to do. What would you do with it?
When it comes to your money, if you really want to get smart about, you could find it at SpeakAboutMoney.org, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. SpeakAboutMoney.org. It's a place to start when you want to get smart.
Okay, I had to go out in the hall and I got a letter yesterday in the email about my credit score, and I just couldn't believe what it said. No, not that it was so low, it was just so high. I mean, I think they got that. But we'll see later on today. I have a head score. Woo! Anyway, good morning. Who's this? Morning. I'm doing fine. So what's your credit score? They told me yesterday mine was 850. I'm thinking I should go buy a brand new car and then file bankruptcy 2 days later. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. I think he's giving you the qualified, kind of a count, but giving you the qualified for the job. Yeah. No. Yeah. AKA versus the KKK. AKA, the AKA, I don't want to get into that. I knew somebody who used to be an AKA. They're kind of uppity. You know what I mean? They're kind of uppity. Used to be you had the paper bag test to belong to those guys. You couldn't be, if he was light and bright, he was all right. But if he was, dark and a little dark, they didn't really have much. But hopefully, they have changed that attitude. That's all about attitude. Anyway, good morning to you. It's 7:56 in the morning. Yeah, I gotta go. I couldn't believe when they told me to score that house, I was ready to go buy something. But the only reason why you score your time is you get to what's that? You get to whatever that word is anyway. You get to whatever. It's low, I guess, because I'm getting older now, and I don't want at my funeral the only people that be there are the people I owe money to. That would be like, woo! Okay then. Good morning. Okay, good morning. Who's this? More questions. Mm. He realized at the time, traditionally, black folks in America were denied jobs, and I think the ripple effect of that. Well, let me it's a lot of different. It's a lot. The ripple effect of the past transgressions are still with us to some extent, and I think if you let me explain that, I don't. Well, I got to. Well, some answers cannot. Okay, some answers cannot be given. Cogitate. Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay. You didn't really want to hear the answer. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Anyway, well, I don't have time to get engaged in another conversation. We run. But when we come back next hour, I'm going to take you into the press conference yesterday with the city and the sheriff and Mr. Taylor that got head of state patrol, Aaliyah, whatever, and all those guys, and tell you what they're trying to do to make our lives a little bit safer. And again,
And place in my government is perfect time and one area times wall and shooting. In the first 12 days, it conducted more than 400 traffic stops, 29 arrests, close to 200 personnel. Also recovered 5 stolen vehicles and seized 33 firearms. Two horses here in Alabama tested positive for copyright and Mobile County. CE is a serious fever transmitted disease and worse in the West Nile. Again, the opening ceremony of the Olympic and Tourist Games today, and 6 athletes out of the 5 will be competing at her medals in complete with this on USA.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI-AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery. Yes, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Hi. Vice President Harris' campaign has been the elected Republican presidential nominee picking up the vote. The list delivering their much endorsements. Let's wait. Was the best decision was made. So they will do everything they can to elect her as the next president of the United States. Harris said it means so much to have their support and is ready to get to work. People are killing it. CBS News, Washington. Harris met with the Israeli Prime Minister in Washington yesterday. Next, Benjamin Netanyahu travels to Mar-a-Lago for a get-together with former President Donald Trump. CBS's Katrina Kaufman.
Today is a closed-door meeting, so we can expect a potential renewing of that relationship. The fact that Netanyahu requested this meeting also shows that he recognizes how well he's doing in the polls, that he could be the next leader of the United States, and of course we expect them to discuss policy as it comes to the Israel and Gaza war.
Congressman has turbulent restrictions on Friday train service to Paris hours before the opening ceremony at the Summer Olympics. We just learned 2 trains carrying athletes to the games were stopped. The country's outgoing prime minister says it was an act of sabotage. CBS's Jamie Yukas is there.
The attack could impact around 800,000 people over the weekend. Luckily for fans, the disruption is mostly for trying to leave the city and not those attending the opening ceremony.
They could be a soggy, but there's an 80% chance of rain. California's largest wildfire this year, which was a small brush fire less than 48 hours ago, is now more than 4 times the size of the city of San Francisco. Correspondent Jonathan Vigliotti is in Chico.
The fire has forced thousands to evacuate, and some residents are now returning home to rubble.
So this is your home here?
This is the last of my home.
Julia Yarbo witnessed her dream run down in real time through her security camera.
I'm really shocked. There are new concerns about drinking water near Fort Liberty, the former Fort Bragg in North Carolina. Paul Humphreys with the U.S. Army Environmental Command.
If somebody off the installation shows one of those 2 chemicals off the installation, there is the potential that it could be criminal activity.
Forever, chemicals were found in foam used by firefighters at the coast for almost 50 years. The preferred inflation gauge has cooled some more, adding to the likelihood of an interest rate cut in September. This is CBS.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility, great pay, and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. Eugenics protein makes a huge difference for making genetics. Testosterone. Right? Get out complimentary bottles? Yes. Eugenics is a great way to feel forward with more energy and endurance. And as Ray says, you like it too. Text radio to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Eugenics. Text RADIO to 321-321. Radio to 321-321.
It's common knowledge that upgrades early on metabolism changes.
I'm Chuck Norris. I've tried everything. Working with us from the health experts, we came up with Morning Kick.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, and powerful anti-aging supplement. Nutrition Start 1, code SAVE. Save to 511-511 and claim 40% off. Save to 511-511.
Movie theaters are bracing for hordes of Deadpool and Wolverine fans today. The highly anticipated Marvel sequel is expected to make as much as $170 million in domestic ticket sales this weekend. But with all the hype, some analysts suggest it could be closer to $200 million. Wow! Either way, it's projected to be enough for the biggest all-movie opening weekend in history. Right now, that title belongs to the first Deadpool movie. Oh! Raunchy Besties could also slash Inside Out 2 numbers, which now is the biggest movie of the year. On Bricks, CBS News. Remember the regional fans. Henry Madden played the final show of his 10-year residency at New York's Madison Square Garden last night. He's performed a total of 150 shows at the venue since 1978. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we built special evacuations for homes for our troops. And thanks to our devotees and supporters, this unique changing gift of freedom added more justice to these veterans. And we need you to join us in completing the please visit HFOPUSA.org and help build homes. We build lives. Travel with the
conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas? Then you learn a language you want to actually use. Vocabulary is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, you're going to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias.
Level, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
This is the news radio 1440 at work. News radio 1440.com at home.
Okay, as promised, taking into the meeting yesterday between all the law enforcement agencies in the city of Montgomery and in the state for the most part. You've been complaining about crime. I don't blame you. People getting scared to come out of their homes these days and see what, because they don't know what awaits them. That is no way for a civilized society and a civilized town to have to live. I mean, this is not the jungle. Although sometimes it's. But anyway, so let us go now to this meeting and so you guys can hear this. And because a lot of you didn't, because it was on TV, with my technical expertise, I yanked this from TV and it was not on Channel 2 with give attributes and like that. And I'll let you guys hear it. Let me take this one call, then I'll get to that. Good morning. Hello. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Really? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She thought she was at a Democratic Party event. All right. All right. And listen. Hey, listen. I saw the video of you and Tracy the other day. Never mind. Anyway, get over here. Well, let's go. Yesterday's first briefing about what's being done about. Okay. Yeah.
Established the metro area crime suppression unit, also what we commonly refer as the MAX. So for more information on this initiative, I'd like to turn it over and introduce Aaliyah, Secretary of Law Enforcement, House Taylor.
Thank you, Director Navin. Thank you all for being here today. First of all, I want to thank the governor for her support. She's always supported not only me, not only Aaliyah and law enforcement, but all public safety in this state. That's her number one priority, and she's made it very, very evident to me that that's number one, and she supports me. If it wasn't for her helping do this, we wouldn't be here and be able to help with this task force that we're doing today or have done. But first of all, the citizens of this state deserve, not only this city, but this state deserve to be able to come out of their house, their kids go to school, then go to the grocery store, go to the baseball field and somewhere, and not worry about some type of threat. That's what they deserve. So what we need to do is start building. We've got to build a relationship. We need to build trust in law enforcement. We need to build relationships with people and know that we're out there to do what's right and try to get everybody believing in us and knowing that we want to do the right thing. And I can tell you from this group, this task force, these people behind me, General Marshall, MPD, Sheriff Cunningham, ATF, and the others are all on the same page about doing what's right, getting this task force started, and trying to make a difference. That's what we want to do, is make a difference. Thank you, and at this time, I'll turn it over to Chief Gray Boys with Montgomery Police Department.
Attorney General Marshall, Secretary Taylor, Sheriff Cunningham, Director Inabet, and Agent Conway, I offer greetings and my most sincere gratitude for the unflagging efforts and accomplishments of you and your agencies in our joint ongoing mission for the citizens we serve. Good morning, I'm James Grayboys. I'm the Interim Chief of Police at the Montgomery Police Department, and we stand united as law enforcement to shed light on the incredible efforts of the Metro Area Crime Suppression Unit. This unit is made up of multiple agencies acting together who work tirelessly around the clock to proactively protect the citizens of our area. And I'm proud to say that Montgomery Police Department has had an instrumental significant role in this effort. Under the directives of Mayor Stephen Reed and the city administration, we have contributed the members of our SWAT unit and gang suppression unit wholeheartedly and unreservedly to address the pressing issue of crime in our city. For months, the Montgomery Police Department, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and the Alabama Attorney General's Office have collaborated to target violent and repeat offenders and crime in our area. The MAX unit convened on June 24th, 2024 for several days of training and getting ready to hit the streets. They operated for 12 days so far. And in that, we have the following numbers, and this is the joint numbers of all the agencies working together. 413 traffic stops, 49 individuals arrested, 195 arrest warrants, 5 stolen vehicles recovered, 33 firearms seized, and 4 of those firearms actually had the machine gun conversion devices known as switches. Their combined efforts have made significant strides in reducing crime and ensuring that our streets are safer for all residents. Their hard work, perseverance, coordination, they exemplify what can be achieved when different agencies work together towards a common goal. As we continue to support and applaud the efforts of all the agencies involved and the Metro Area Crime Suppression Unit, let us remember the importance of community involvement and cooperation in creating a safer environment for everyone. Together, we can make a difference and build a brighter future for all of our citizens. In closing, I want to thank all of the members of the Metro Area Crime Suppression Unit for your dedication and your service. Your commitment to protecting and serving our community does not go unnoticed. Please let us continue working towards a safer and more secure future for this area. And without further ado, I also want to introduce the Sheriff of Montgomery County, Derek Cunningham.
All right, you all heard the numbers. You've seen what we pretty much set out to do. You've seen what we did. This message ain't for those that go to and from home, to and from work. And this message ain't for those people that want to live in a neighborhood where they can feel safe. That message ain't for our kids that want to go play at the park, our kids that want to go to school, our kids that want to have a playful time in our communities and our neighborhoods. This message is for those people that think they can disrupt our way of living, disrupt our business community, disrupt these families in these neighborhoods and these communities. This message is for you. This message is, if we didn't get you this time, we're going to get you the next time. So what the message we're sending is that we hear the calls, we hear the complaints, and we're doing something about it. So I'm just eager for my staff to be standing here beside everybody and to make sure that we're sending out a strong message to the elements out in our community that want to disrupt our way of life, that we have something, we're targeting you, we're coming for you. So I appreciate us being able to be a part of this MAC program.
Good morning. I think it is important that we have this press conference in this room, in this place, because this is our capital and this is the capital city. And as Montgomery goes, people around the country and even in our state view how Alabama goes. As Alabamians, we do not tolerate violent crime, and that is a mantra that has to be adopted by this city. Because if we want Alabama's economy to thrive, then people have to live in cities in which they feel safe, period. And we have to get the law enforcement piece right, or else nothing else is going to follow. I'm proud to stand with the men and women behind me today. A coalition has come together to address a problem that we know that we're dealing with here in Montgomery. And honestly, I love serving in the foxholes with two of my dear friends, Secretary Taylor and Sheriff Cunningham, because I know the men that they are, I know the leadership that they provide, and I also know the passion in which they want to be problem solvers for the issues in this community. And one question is, how did we get here? Because the reality is that usually Aaliyah and the AG's office are not directly involved in local violent crime initiatives. I can tell you this effort didn't begin as a result of a phone call from city officials or even from the local police department. It was because we heard the citizens of Montgomery. We heard you demand that you needed to feel safe in this community. And we responded. And responded in a way that you've already heard dramatic success from all of the partners involved. The two people need to be given immense credit, and that is Secretary Taylor and Sheriff Cunningham. I can tell you that the genesis for the idea, the planning and the development of the project began with the leadership of Aaliyah. Sheriff Cunningham didn't think twice when asked to be involved. And the Montgomery Police Department stepped up and said, we want to be a participant in a way that makes a difference in this community. And from the AG's office, we were glad to offer our investigators who make this place their home to be able to make a difference in this community. Secretary Taylor, thank you for your commitment and appreciate Governor Ivey understanding the importance of this project. Because I can guarantee that we wouldn't be standing here today but for the initiative of this agency. To the people of Montgomery, I hope that you see that your state officials are willing to act, proactively to be able to respond, and to be able to develop partners in a way that has tangible results. Chief, this is the first time that we've met. Just know that I've got your back. And for the men and women that work for the Montgomery Police Department, they're the true warriors in this. And we need to do everything that we can as state officials and as local officials to be able to support them. Chief Batiste, glad to see you here. And I know what a difference you will make in this effort as well. You know, when we talk about statistics, you heard about arrests and stops. And people that are now behind bars, you've heard a very specific challenge from your sheriff saying to those that we've not gotten to yet that we're coming, but here's how I have measured tangible success. And that is the phone calls from members of the communities that we have been appearing in to call back and be able to say, I feel safer today. To be able to know that there are members of the Montgomery Police Department that have looked behind them to see other local and state officials assisting them in stops, to know that they've got somebody to be able to support them and has their back. And to be able to know that we are resolving cases for victims that for too long have needed resolution to be on the horizon. This operation has only been in place for a short period of time, but there are real and tangible results that we've seen. And I think if you heard from our esteemed sheriff, this is only the beginning. We owe that to the people of this community, and we owe that to the people of this state. I can assure you that this coalition is strong. It is unified behind a singular mission with an understanding that we have to make a difference in this community. But there are things that people can do as well. One thing that is the unique privilege of being the Attorney General is that I have a direct connection to the law enforcement officials in this state. The men and women who every day come to risk their lives to be able to make sure that communities are safer. One of the things that I do, and this doesn't make me special, is that when I see a law enforcement officer out, whether it be in a grocery store, a convenience store, or pumping gas, I tell them thank you. Because the reality is the narrative has been far too long that law enforcement isn't an esteemed profession. It's not one that we want our sons and daughters to walk into. And we've got to change that narrative. For men and women that have given their lives in professional service to keep total strangers safe, we need to be able to remind them that their mission is noble and that their calling is one that we should honor. We have to support the men and women of law enforcement with all of our efforts. Because this effort is not some innovative program. It's not something that we've taken from another state or that we've adopted from some criminal justice professor's paper. This is law enforcement 101. It is using bodies to saturate areas where there's criminal activity and using the tools available to law enforcement to do our job. And when law enforcement's unleashed to be able to make communities safer, it works. But what they need are public officials that stand behind them and say, we support the efforts that you make. I can tell you that Governor Ivey does. I can guarantee you that the Attorney General does. I appreciate the men and women behind me that likewise do the same, but we need a community to be able to stand up and do it also. We need local officials that are responsible for police departments to do the same thing. To respect and trust law enforcement, to do a job and do it well, and to be able to hold members of our community that need to be held accountable for their actions. But we also need community to step up as well. Chief, I appreciated your words about that. Because those same individuals that call and have said, we feel safer today, take ownership of your community. Because law enforcement can't be there all the time, but you are. And y'all, we have a problem when we don't know where our kids are at 2 a.m. It's a problem when we don't know whether or not our 15-year-old has a gun. It's a problem when we're not ensuring that those kids are going to school and getting an education. The people behind me are prepared to do their part. We need community to do their part as well. It is always a good day when we can deliver good news. I believe there is positive change coming in Montgomery, and it is because of the people that stand behind me that that change is happening. Sheriff Cunningham, I'm going to borrow your fire a little bit. We ain't done.
Okay, got to take a break. We'll come back to the end of this in a couple of minutes. You know, has anybody noticed something about this conference and who's not there? We'll be back.
Watch Traffic, brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven, on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send you on an alternate route. Watch for a vehicle fire, Mobile Highway at the Boulevard. Outside of that, we are clear. The lowest tax rates in Alabama are at McKinnon Toyota. They've got a great supply of Tundras and Tacomas. Financing as low as 1.99% on select Tacomas. It's worth the drive. Financing as low as 1.99% on select Toyotas. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Now the media, state-run media mob, they're all in on Kamala Harris. I mean, to watch every major news publication say, well, no, she was never the border czar. Time Magazine, USA Today, Axios, ABC, the New York Times. He was the border czar. Anybody that's telling you differently is lying. We have 25,000 Biden-Harris illegal immigrants set to arrive in Chicago, a perfectly timed for the Democratic convention. I promise you, city officials will prepare every way possible to hide them from the press that'll be descending into Chicago. By the way, if you are in Chicago, I need to know the best hot dog place in Chicago that has natural casing hot dogs with pickles and onions and the best bun.
The Sean Hannity Show, from coast to coast, later today.
Hey, did you know a violent crime is committed every 24 seconds in America? And with our broken legal system, if you dare to defend yourself and your family, well, you're probably going to be the one put behind bars while criminals walk free. Now, see, they've got us to a point where we're fighting to keep our God-given Second Amendment rights, yet we risk losing everything if we actually use them. Now, that's why I've been a member of the USCCA for 9 years. And with the USCCA, not only do you get firearm safety, training, education, but you also get self-defense insurance so you can stay out of prison with your family and your freedoms where you belong. And for a limited time, just text Hannity, Hannity, to 87222, 87222 to get a free family defense guide and a chance to win $1,700 to buy any self-defense gear that you need. Everyone thinks that they're keeping their family safe, but are you really? Check out the USCCA's free family defense guide before it's too late. Text Hannity to 87222 right now, 87222.
Montgomery Men's Health exists for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At Montgomery Men's Health, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for years. Our friendly, discreet team of medical providers will take the time to listen. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. Book your appointment now.
Sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anita Chandra with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Do you want to know the secret to baby brain development? It's you. Your baby's brain develops rapidly in her first few years. 2 apples on top. So talk to her, read and sing as much as you can starting from birth. You don't need fancy toys. Play peekaboo, read a book, or just talk about your day. For more information on baby brain development, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org. I got smart about mortgages, smart about college.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org, a free online resource from the nonprofit National Endowment for Financial Education. Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
With Kevin Elkins in the morning, Dan Bongino for the midday, and Sean Hannity for your afternoon. It's News Radio 1440 all day. Depend on it.
Enforcement to do a job and do it well, and to be able to hold members of our community that need to be held accountable for their actions. We also need community to step up as well. Chief, I appreciated your words about that. Because the same individuals that call and have said, we feel safer today, take ownership of your community. Because law enforcement can't be there all the time, but you are. And y'all, we have a problem when we don't know where our kids are at 2 in the morning. It's a problem when we don't know whether or not our 15-year-old has a gun. It's a problem when we're not ensuring that those kids are going to school and getting an education. The people behind me are prepared to do their part. We need community to do their part as well. It is always a good day when we can deliver good news. I believe there is positive change coming in Montgomery, and it is because of the people that stand behind me that change is happening. Sheriff Cunningham, I'm going to borrow your fire a little bit. We ain't done. We have more to do. And the men and women who daily risk their lives that are standing behind me right now have said, we are going to make a difference. We're grateful for what we've had an opportunity to do. I would be remiss if I didn't look at Special Agent in Charge, Otis Perkins, and say, thank you for your commitment to the city that you love and for your willingness to lead our office and our efforts to be able to support this mission. I'm grateful for you, and I appreciate you.
Anyone has any? Yes, ma'am.
Now, this part, you can barely hear any of the questions.
So one thing, we wanted to come together and help. As a law enforcement person, as a law enforcement people behind me, we are, here's what me and Derek have talked about and others before. It's not what your badge says, it's that you got one. So here's what we do. We come help. These people, we come and help. It may be another city down the road, it may be another county down the road or whoever, but if it is, then with the backing of the governor, who I alluded to earlier, has helped Leah to be able to go and help other agencies to do things like this. So what we're doing is just helping.
Okay, a lot of this after this, I don't. A lot of this, you can't really hear the questions coming from the rest, but you got the gist of the conversation. The one thing that's absolutely disturbing here, from what I've heard from them, whether it's right or wrong, I guess they're right. They wouldn't lie to us. But according to them, according to this press conference yesterday, and again, maybe I got this wrong, so let me. The city didn't ask for this. The state said, we gonna come and help because they heard the cries of the people in Montgomery, and this is the capital city, like you said. And so, I mean, the governor's right up the street, the attorney general's right up the street, everybody, and you cannot help but hear what's going on. But it said something that I brought up last week, and see, we don't think the profession of policing used to be an honorable profession. Yeah, policemen are human beings. They make mistakes. They step on it like everybody else does. But for the most part, those young men and women, they'll go out there. They go out there, I think, with a desire to make a difference in people's lives. Okay, and it does seem that we are been attacking them for the last few years, especially since the George Floyd thing. We're attacking the profession. We don't seem to honor it anymore. To me, being a soldier, being a policeman, you know what? They're parallel. They are great professions that need to be honored. And I will admit to you that what I just heard a few minutes ago about Kamala Harris, uh, they, they don't seem to be honored anymore. Okay, and there were two people that weren't there yesterday, at least not that I heard. And when I saw the video, Daryl Bailey, as well as now maybe it wasn't and the mayor. Now listen, I know when somebody giving me a backhand. I know when somebody's dogging me without necessarily saying it. Again, I don't know what a mayor can do to stop some of this, but I hope that they were wrong in their initial presentation, as if the mayor of the city did not ask for help. They had to come in and volunteer their help. I hope he did, and they just didn't get the memo. But there is certainly, Daryl Bailey, who's the district attorney, as well as the mayor, are certainly should have been on that panel yesterday. Certainly should have had some words for the citizens by which they represent. You would think. And again, nobody is blaming the mayor for crime. or the DA for crime. But I must admit, it is kind of tough when you keep hearing people who go to jail and then they be out of jail and they be doing the same crime or worse while they're out on bond on another crime. I mean, hey, listen, that's kind of hard. I believe in the Constitution, but when you are a menace to society, haven't you pretty much surrendered your constitutional rights? But anyway, we'll see how all this works out. It is ironic, though. It is kind of disturbing that the DA wasn't there, a district attorney, as well as the mayor. I mean, it was done in Montgomery yesterday. Yeah. But anyway, that's just But do you feel safer? Listen, if they get any of them guys off the street, I'm happy. Okay. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. That's got nothing to do with it. That's got nothing to do with these guys. That's got nothing to do. It's got nothing to do with these guys. That's a legislative process. These guys are here to carry out law enforcement. That's right. That's got nothing to do with all the crime that's going on, though. Well, we can't. Right. But now we cannot act like that. Wait. We cannot act like the people wasn't shooting each other before that law came into effect. Yeah, go ahead. You won't have a conversation. Again, just because there's a law on the book that says you don't have to buy a license for. In theory, I understand why you don't. It is not the law. It is still up to people to act okay. It's not the law. Okay, yeah, that's what I said too. That's what I said too. I said, well, but no, that's not it. We got people who are out of control. We got people that for some reason they feel like they 6'3" when they 5'6" because they got a gun. Okay. And the way it seems that you do something around here, next thing you know, they get all this low bond, and then you find the same guy committing a crime that's out of jail now for a crime he just committed. So there are a lot of moving parts to this thing. Okay, again, but the biggest mystery was, why did not the city ask for help? Because according to this press conference yesterday, the state heard the cries of the Montgomeryans and they said, we're going to go in there and help. So why didn't? I thought the mayor was the one who initiated this thing where you get the city and the state and everybody involved. I thought. But according to these guys, not really. And why was not the mayor there? Why was not the district attorney for the county of Montgomery, for the county of Montgomery there? Why wasn't he there? I don't know. Inquiring minds want to know. Good morning. Yeah. No problem. I'm talking about the ones who do it. The ones who do it. Too often, we even let people out of jail, and the minute the news gets it, we find out their own bond out of jail now for a crime they already committed. Well, listen, every word you can't take. Listen. Every word should not be taken literally sometimes. It was the general perception that I have. Okay. You got anything else? Okay. See you later. Good morning. Who's this? Morning. All right, appreciate it. One more call. I'm expecting a call here in a minute. Good morning on there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And let me you talk. I got a young lady. I got a young lady that's coming on for coming. I told her she could call it, and we'll get back to this next hour a little bit more. Hey, good morning. Who's this? Who? Gabrielle. Uh-huh. And you were calling to tell me what? Now, what's your business called? Say it. Speak up a little loud so I can hear you. Okay, Soapies. So you make soap. Okay, you sound kind of young, and you out there, you doing the entrepreneur thing right now. Uh-huh. So you make soaps. Are these natural soaps? Are these what do they make? What are these things? I don't know how to make soap. How are these things made? Is a special ingredient that you put into them? Can they get it anywhere, or do they have to call you? You got a website or something where people can look at your product? Now, okay, spell it. Let me make sure I can pronounce this name. Okay, spell the name. Okay, Soapies LLC. Okay, and the website is soapiesllc.com or What's the website? Okay. So you can, and people can look at the products you're making. And at 16 years old, how you been doing with it? Hmm. Now, do you send all over the world, or you just stay in Alabama? But you hope to be worldwide soon, right? Okay, well that's good. Now, what made you think? There are a lot of things a young person can do business in. What made you think of soap? Because we all need it, of course, you know. But why that? Hmm. I mean, that's pretty forward thinking for a 16. I would imagine you weren't 16 when you came up with it because you're 16 now, and so that's pretty forward thinking, though. You know, I tell people, you know, nobody's ever going to pay you as much as you can make for yourself. But you'll never get rich working for somebody. But you may get rich working for yourself. But that's still a long shot too. So how long you been in business? Okay. Okay. And the website is Soapy SOAPIESLLC.com, right? Now, is there a number where somebody can reach you? They want to call you if they don't have a computer at all? Okay. Well, if I don't have a computer, I can't email you. Uh, and well, what's your target market here? Younger folks, older folks? What's your target market? Anybody that needs soap, right? Okay. All right then. But so the only way to reach out to you is on your website. Okay. Okay. And your name is Gabriel. Gabriel, you know, I'm from up north. We say Gabriel. Okay. Okay. Gabrielle. Okay. And it's soapiesllc.com, ladies and gentlemen. If you are tired of the regular old soaps, you know, the regular old Dove and all that stuff, but you don't know where it comes from, get some local soap. Help a young entrepreneur out there while she's trying to make it. We can't talk all that stuff all the time, but they ought to be doing something. And when they're doing something, we don't support her. So again, that's soap. Yes. Uh-huh. Oh. United States. Right, right. Mm. Okay, appreciate it. And they go and then let's make sure I got it. Soapiesllc.com is the website. Okay, so they can go there and they'll see pictures of your soap and they can order. All that stuff can be done online. Okay. You got anything smell like cocoa butter? Yeah, you got anything smell like cocoa butter? Well, you don't have to. I like the smell of cocoa butter. On my skin, I like to keep it soft, you know what I mean? Okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I got it up here today. I got it up here. I'm gonna take it, and tonight as I look at my soft glowing skin, I'm gonna put some of that soap on there. I'll let you know what happens. But it'll probably be cleaner than it's been because I use dishwasher liquid. What can I tell you? I'm cheap. Yeah. Mm. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I thank you very much. Don't be a stranger. Again, that number is 224-8718. But you can order it. You can look at it. You can look at the product. SoapiesLLC.com. That's SoapiesLLC.com. You can't remember that. Send me an email, send me a text, and I'll make sure I get it to you. Thank you, Vanir. Thank you very much. You're a little entrepreneur there. Hopefully, she'll be rich and I can borrow money. See you later. Bye-bye. We'll be back.
News Radio 14. Brought to you by Sons All Mother. Dependable. We are your news station. News Radio 1440. Your invitation. Someday, when you drive there, you how well you maintain this investment. This is kind of like you a penny earning public technology. The driveway, industry, development, complete outdoor living areas. State and clearing cameras, interior walls, and drainage systems to complete the outdoor living area. The community here for the goal is to be the best. We have ideas to share and hear the pictures of what people can live in. We make you say the touch your space and size and where to go. Even if you call 334-264-9292. Including follow us on Facebook for hundreds of pictures and past content. Copy it today. 334-284-9292. 334-284-9292.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking. Doctors and then cigarettes, ashtrays, and electrics. I started exercising and stopped smoking. Getting some help from friends online kept me on track. Realizing some alcohol when I was first quitting was key. Instead of smoking after I eat, I get up and take a walk.
So I hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I didn't get into temptation and spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke free.
I didn't think the very first time I tried.
I took a try. I did something each time. Do it every occasion, no matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
You quit. Quit.
We did it. So can you.
You can quit. For free phone call right here to the top. The message can be worth more. Services and services.
I'm Dr. Anita Johnson, from the American Academy of Pediatrics. You know what's the secret to baby brain development? It's you. Your baby's brain
brain develops rapidly in the first few years.
Two apples on top.
So talk to her, read and sing as much as you can starting from birth. You don't need fancy toys. Play peekaboo, read a book, or just talk about your day. For more information on baby brain development, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money in miracles. Support your children's miracle.
Like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 1 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Okay, I got time to take one more question right quick. Good morning, on there. Yes.
You want a question? I was just going to call and remind you to watch the Jasmine show in Paris. I think she's going to upset Sydney. Yeah, if you don't mind, dude.
Appreciate it. There was one thing about this thing. I want to play it again because I could have sworn, though, I did hear the mayor say that they contacted the state and the sheriff's office about something. But listening to their press conference yesterday, as if they came in almost uninvited because they heard the cries of the people. Somebody got really well now. I did say they did reach out to the state, but we'll see. I want to say that part of you. Anyway, we'll be back. More mental. 1 hour late. Right.
News Radio 1440. News Radio 1440. With CBS News Coffee Hour, sponsored by Happy Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Austin on the train tracks in France, hours before the opening ceremony of the Olympics. I'm very excited, actually. Correspondent Elaine Cobb reports from Paris. Paris Mayor Anne Hidalgo says the massive disruption caused by sabotaged rail lines will not impact the opening ceremony. High-speed lines were the most hit, not trains in the Paris region. However, hundreds of people with tickets for tonight were stranded in cities around the country, hoping their trains won't be cancelled or delayed too long. Whoever does make it will likely get served. There's an 80% chance of winning the athletes' parade. The Obamas are finally backing Kamala Harris for the Democratic presidential nomination.
Being voted by Obama's for several weeks as Vice President Harris considered with Democrat. And a statement from President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama simply agreed with President Biden that shifting gears was the best decision he's made. And they said they would do everything they can to elect her as the next president of the United States. Harris said it means so much to have their support and is ready to get to work. With News, Washington. California's largest wildfire of the year has now doubled in size as it tore through Butte County, burning down homes and businesses. And we're learning more about the man after 7. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti is in Chico.
Investigators believe the fire started at 42-year-old American scout pushed a flaming car 106 for the basement.
And
He's now in custody, facing arson charges.
two men accused of orchestrating the flow of massive amounts of cocaine and fentanyl into the U.S. are under arrest. CBS's Al Burnett.
The Justice Department arrested 3 of the most powerful leaders of the notorious Mexican drug cartel. Ismael Almayo Zambada, a longtime leader of the Sinaloa cartel, and Joaquin Guzman Lopez, the son of drug lord El Chapo, were taken into custody in El Paso, Texas, yesterday.
A ruling just in from Nebraska in a the ACLU medical care for transgender youth and abortion. The ACLU argued legislative bills have to stick to a single subject. This may be true.
The
company is recalling all of its liverwurst products because of possible listeria contamination. 2 deaths have been reported. Nasdaq 562 points. NASDAQ ahead 115. CBS News.
People, O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. From the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's common knowledge that after you finish the metabolism changes,
certified everything. Working with human health experts, we come up with morning fix.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, probiotics for digestion, and powerful anti-aging supplements. Switch around physicians.com. Use code SALE or text SALE to 11 and 20% off. Hey, so 11.
One thing I've learned is that you don't have what you make in a home. Every fix, update, and renovation, it gets a little more involved. So you need all your jobs done right. For nearly 30 years, Eugene has helped millions of homeowners find the true pros and the projects that matter. From plumbing, electrical, roof repair to deck repair. So leave it to the pros who will get your job done well. Hire high quality certified pros at Angie.com.
A history-making speech in Washington.
Today is the 34th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. The Congresswoman spoke about it on the House floor yesterday.
I was in college when it passed in 1990. Entire generation has never known the protections that exist because of the ADA.
Virginia's Jennifer Wexton delivered what's believed to be the first speech in Congress using a voice formed by artificial intelligence. He was diagnosed last year with a rare neurological disorder that robs her of the ability to speak clearly. Steve Faith and CBS News.
Of the Kelsey brothers, Taylor's fifth boyfriend, who's tied in Travis, and retired lieutenant Jason, the new cereal, the Kelsey mix, as their inner children its combination of their top 3 favorites: Reese's Puffs, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Lucky Charms. Bill Rodriguez, CBS News.
United Way and the uniform this at least 50 to get involved with the United Way we just need to brought to you by United Way. Yeah.
The dog is going up and Daphne is starting to keep snacking. I talked to the doctors and then I feel like,
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Some alcohol when I was first eating this tea.
One sense of each time, whatever it takes, no matter how many times it takes. The free alcohol right and drink right now. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC. The news you need, the news you can trust, the news you can get. News you feel painful, more
Okay, we are back. I got to go over some of this again because now, according to the way I got this, is that they insinuated that they came in to help because they heard the cries of the people and not necessarily uh, a request from the city. So let's do it one more time. One thing long. I just gotta make sure I heard this. I heard this exactly. I thought the mayor said some time ago that he had asked for help with the city. So let's see where we are in this, and then I'll be back.
For information on this initiative, I'd like to turn it over and introduce Aaliyah, Secretary of Law Enforcement, House Aide.
Thank you, Director Navin. Thank you all for being here today. First of all, I want to thank the governor for her support. She's always supported not only me, not only Lee and law enforcement, but all public safety in this state. That's her number one priority, and she's made it very, very evident to me that that's number one, and she supports me. If it wasn't for her helping do this, we wouldn't be here and be able to help with this task force that we're doing today or have done. But first of all, the citizens of this state deserve, not only this city, but this state deserve to be able to come out of their house, their kids go to school, then go to the grocery store, go to the baseball field and somewhere, and not worry about some type of threat. That's what they deserve. So what we need to do is start building
of our area. And I'm proud to say that Montgomery Police Department has had an instrumental, significant role in this effort. Under the directives of Mayor Stephen Reed and the city administration, we have contributed the members of our SWAT unit and gang suppression unit wholeheartedly and unreservedly to address the pressing issue of crime in our city. For months, the Montgomery Police Department, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and the Alabama Attorney General's Office have collaborated to target violent and repeat offenders and crime in our area. The MAX unit convened on June 24th, 2024 for several days of training and getting ready to hit the streets. They operated for 12 days so far. And in that, we have the following numbers, and this is the joint numbers of all the 8.
Thank you. Well, maybe. Now he did say that the Montgomery Police Department contributed to the makeup of the force. Anyway, I don't want to go through the whole thing all over again. Somebody said, "Please don't do it no more." Okay, I won't do it anymore. But it just sounded like to me that they had said that they heard the cries of the people and they pretty much voluntarily joined in with the city rather than the city making a request. I could have sworn Stephen said that they had asked for that help. But anyway, out of all the things I heard today, I think we have taken the honorableness out of being a policeman or a public servant. From being, I mean, used to be, it was just you felt like you were part of the community if you were a policeman. When I grew up, I'm like any other kid. Either fireman or policeman is what I grew up wanting to be. Didn't work out either way, but it was a noble and prestigious thing to do. Where did that go? I think politics got mixed up in it, and all of a sudden now, it's I don't want to do it. And I will say micromanaging does not help in that thing either. But anyway, they've done a few things, and according to them, and maybe we're a little safer than we were. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't hang out at clubs or anything like that anymore, so I don't really know what's going on out there. Now I just hear. Although I will admit to you, now I haven't heard as many gunshots, in the hood. I haven't heard of it. Now that's because where I live. I haven't heard as many gunshots out there. So maybe some of the people just don't know where the police are now and all that kind of thing. So I don't know. I mean, anything is better. Anything. I mean, any effort at all is appreciated. Uh, or else everybody got to go down. Because matter of fact, for the first time in a long time, I was on base yesterday, and I looked at this great, nice 9 millimeter. I said, man, I like to have that, but I didn't feel like spending that kind of money for it, so we just gonna, leave that alone. Anyway, and I ain't going to the pawn shop and buying nothing. I mean, I do have one. I do have one little fellow, but I try not to feel like I'm 6'3" when I'm 5'7". And carrying guns sometimes make you think that you're bigger and taller than you really are. All right, 860-1440 is the number here, but you heard it here this morning. If you didn't get a chance to hear it yesterday at the press conference, I played it for you this morning so you can hear a little bit about what it is. Now, believe it or not, Montgomery has gotten the designation, believe it or not, named among the best under the radar tourist destination. So, there's some good things going on. Montgomery it's called under the best tourist destination. It has been designated as that. In other words, there are a lot of tourists coming to Montgomery. And I try to ask them when I know they're not from here. I always ask them where you're from. And I've talked to people from Switzerland. I've talked to people from Germany. I've talked to people from Argentina, places like that are here, sightseeing, as a matter of fact. So, and I will say that the EGI thing, is bringing a lot of people to town too. I just hate it has to be about misery, but it was what it was. Missouri judges have overturned 2 murder convictions in recent weeks, but the attorney general of the state won't allow the people to go free. I don't know what that's all about, but I'll have more next week. Good morning. Not much. Mm-hmm. Okay. Don't remember that. I was just going by what the guy was saying on the thing. He almost insinuated that they just came out because they heard the cries of the people, and the city did not ask. So yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Of course, right. But of course, we're not saying that the mayor likes being inundated by criminal activity. Okay. You don't like the mayor very much, do you? Huh? Wait. You don't like the mayor very much, do you? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And of course it is. It's important. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Appreciate it. Now I will say, we have got to come up with a marketing program to get policemen. I mean, we've got to do it. It may take $15,000 signing bonus to get people to come in, but we need to do something. It's not like we need like 500 more. We just need a couple hundred more people to do that job and put some honor with it. It's an honorable job. I mean, we may not always have honorable people taking it, but it's an honorable job. And one more thing, I was looking. Remember the lady, Mash, I think is her name, who was shot. Police coming to her house. At first I said, well, hot water could be considered. But the more I looked at the video, brother, if you are a policeman and you are that scared from that far away from somebody, you probably need another job. That you have to shoot a woman, uh, that many times, you probably need another job. You probably don't need to be a policeman. And if you're scary, you probably don't need to be a police officer. I mean that's like being a paratrooper and getting up in an airplane. Okay, I don't want to jump. I don't want to jump. Okay, unfortunately, it's too late not to want to. You're in the plane now. You're a policeman now. And maybe they ought to do some psychological testing on police. I mean, yeah, it's a dangerous job, but a lot of jobs are dangerous. Hell, working at McDonald's can be dangerous. Get burnt by some of that grease. I mean, all jobs have an inherently have some danger. And being a policeman, being a soldier, sailor, airman, or marine, yes, yeah. But you know that when you take the job, you know. But from what after I reviewed what happened to that lady, and I'm just thinking, yeah, this guy needs to um, pay a price for what they did to that woman. I mean, now me personally, hot water is hot water, and I don't want to be scalded by no hot water either. you know. But on the other hand, what? If I got a gun and she got a hot water pot, yeah, I mean, or why shoot to kill? Shoot her leg, something, arm, whatever. Why shoot to kill? I don't know. I think that guy was that guy probably never needed to be on the police force. Okay. 860-1440 is the number here. Want to give us calls up, talk to you, whatever on your mind this morning. Now it's Friday. It's Friday, so we got to be cool the rest of the day because we want to we want to feel better going into the weekend. I'll be glad when football season. Y'all just know how glad I'll be when football season starts. Really? Okay. Another 16-year-old is dead in Montgomery. Another shame and a disgrace. Also, we found one Wednesday, a woman had died. So much crime. Okay. So much crime. Wow. Just. Oh, well. All right. That guy's gone. 860-1440. Got anything else on your mind you want to talk about today? It's 9:18 in the morning. While I go on to something else, so if you want to get something, you better get it right now. Let me see who this is. Good morning. Okay, then. Didn't want to say nothing. What else happened on this? What are some of the things? Oh, I did. Well, never mind. I'll get to that later on. Let me see. There's some more things going in need. Let me see. Okay, let me try this one more time. Good morning. Yes. What business is that of yours? No. What? They got a website. What do you think they're making? Okay, I don't know. You got anything? Okay, do you have anything else to say? Okay. You got anything else to say? I guess you don't. Hey, listen, it's always good talking to you. Always good talking to you. Okay. Woo! I tell you, some people just need a life. Okay, they just need a life. All right then. Woo! Listen, it was a 16-year-old young lady who's trying to find her own way and trying to do something for herself. And all you can think about is they putting it in a bag. As long as it's good stuff, who cares? Okay, who cares? I don't. Now, another thing, we didn't get too much in. The Secret Service Director, with news and review, Secret Service Director steps down. She and looking at her before Congress, she never needed that job. But that's another DEI, affirmative action. That was an affirmative action hire. Okay, affirmative action. Had to be a woman. Had to be a woman, right? And that's all right for women. I know some women are pretty tough. When I was at Insurance Academy in Germany, I saw some women are pretty tougher than men. So it ain't about It ain't about your sexual orientation or your gender, but it's about your ability to do the job. And I'm telling you, she never had any business in that job whatsoever. Okay, really. I mean, none whatsoever. The director of Secret Service resigned on Tuesday in the aftermath of the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump that unleashed an outcry of how the agency failed in its core mission to protect the current and former president. Kimberly Cheeto, who had served as Secret Service director since August 2022, faced growing calls to resign and several investigations into how a gunman was able. And after people saw him on top of the roof. Okay, and it still happened. Now dereliction of duty. Anyway, here's an interesting story. The first black-owned children's bookstore in Raleigh, North Carolina, was forced to shut down due to death threats and hate mail. I don't know why they would get death threats. Anyway, it's called Liberation Station, a black-owned children's bookstore in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. If you've never been there, go there. Raleigh's a nice place. We've got some nice buildings over there too. You might want to go down and check it out. Okay. Now here's a story right here. This is an ominous sign of our time. Ominous sign of our time. A 21-year-old Dallas woman, Dallas, Texas, is dead after she allegedly was shot by a friend who was upset. A guy, this is a man, upset after losing a basketball game to her. It happened on Monday. Okay. So, young man loses the basketball game to a woman, and rather than get his game together, he goes and gets a gun and shoots him dead. That's the world. That's the world that we happen to be in today. Okay. I just don't get it. Of course, we live in a world now where I see young men calling women brothers. Hey, bro. Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay. Did you know? These are things that you may or may not know. Okay, did you know that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are distant cousins? They must be from the South. So, woo, marrying your cousin. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yeah. And the point is, well, you can't spend it if nobody's looking for the. But again, if nobody's putting in for the jobs, you can't spend the money. Mm. Mm. Well, it does, and not only just him. It has seen. I think when Finley was there, Morale wasn't that high either, because we politicized. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Interesting question. Take one more call. Good morning, you on air? I think no. Wait a minute. If you got good leadership, you can convince people of the importance of a job, and you can get people to take that job. We got people that we got. Again, no, soldiers, sailors, airmen, and marine don't want to get killed, but they know that somebody must protect the freedoms that we have. And we talking to 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-old kids. So if we can convince them that the job is important and it is noble, then why in the world should we not be able to convince people in the city of Montgomery? All, uh, Well, that's true too. But I do believe we got the same problem. We have people who are not able to get the message across of how important these jobs are. I mean, I was 17 when I joined. I didn't know crap. So, but I knew. Well, first of all, I knew I needed a job, and secondarily, after I re-enlisted the first time, I realized that what we do is important, and that's fine. But I'm just saying that we got a vacuum of leadership in this country. Guys who don't know whether or not they're a guy, they're going to be a girl. We want girls who think they're guys. We got women who think they can do men's job and they cannot do it. We've lowered the standards on lots of things. I mean, we are turning our society upside down. Again, it's all about our leadership. A good leader, a good leader can get it done. I'm just, yeah. That's because of leadership. That's because we have allowed it. We've allowed it. All right. We give people food stamps now. Don't have to do the job. Especially a man. No young man, 22 years old, they can walk out. You do work.
Everywhere you are on the radio. Radio 14. You can also put your smart home speaker.
I can't read it because of the vacuum. That's not. That's the thing with the book. The air. How do you breathe? He's so dirty. It's not so cool. I'm just, yeah. It's almost done. Wait, so supposed to move. Okay, Mom. Every child needs to be vaccinated against cold, diphtheria, tetanus, measles, mumps, rubella, and chickenpox. I got smart about multiple. Now it's meaningless I go home to.
Now, paper have a whole new meaning. When it comes to moving, whether they're food or food, you can find it. It's smarter.org. Smarter money is a free resource for endowment for financial education. Women think of it as not a foundation. Helping people just like you get started with education. Smarter.org. It's the easy place to start. This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris, encouraging you to take the perfect village and support the 47 week for living with personal disease and disease.
New research is making it possible to detect Alzheimer's disease and providing an accurate diagnosis earlier than ever before. This message brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and this station.
My muscles ached. I was tired all the time. My son had a full-blown asthma attack.
The unsettling thing about some symptoms is you don't always know what's causing it. It was Lyme disease.
He had a reaction to alcohol.
They come from punishment, places, with the facts. It's a test. Public services from the National Health Management Institute.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anita Chandler, kids from the American Academy. As a parent, you are your child's first teacher. That all students, your goal is to encourage the behavior you want to see. Set clear expectations, reward good behavior, and look after what doesn't work as thinking. It only increases the risk your child will be aggressive. For more strategies on child behavior, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
Hey y'all, this is Aaron to the music business, traveling, working late, doesn't bring very time from here today. But I found that
staying active, making time to work out, let's keep my energy where it needs to be before my no matter what you do or where you are, make time to stay in shape. With it, anything you need will go. This message brought to you by USA.
Okay, we are down there. We turn it up way too loud. Good morning on there. Yeah. Mhm. Right. Mhm. Right. And the question is, right, but the question is, why not? There's more to the story. Why wouldn't, first of all, you gotta do some heavy training to get there. So you just can't go put in an application and be on the police department. You gotta do something to prove that you're there. Mhm. Yeah, I'm with you, but we don't know how much why did he have that attitude? Is it because he feels that what he does is always complained about or always not appreciated? Why is it he do that? Mhm. Okay. Well, I think, and again, I don't know why he was that, but there's got to be a reason behind it. Yeah. Maybe I'm proud. Be a policeman. I don't know. Maybe he's feeling himself. I don't know. Okay. Appreciate you. It is 9 in the morning. Good morning on there. Pretty good. Mhm. Right. 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 Right.
Yeah, they throw them in jail, and I'm a Southern policeman, and then they get off. The criminal like the judicial system right now is a little bit out of kilter, so we've got to kind of fix some of these fundamental ideologies and systems for the whole system to work. And that's just my problem. What do you think?
Yeah, and again, at the end of the day, I think we as a society have responsible for the really appreciate really this. Hey, I know, but people have a right to redress their government with their grievances. So, all right. And with that, I got to take my last break an hour. We shall return uno momento.
Radio 1440.
Well, I will say I'll be looking forward to a debate between Trump and Kamala Harris. I think that'd be more interesting than the Biden one. Good morning. Thanks for holding. Well, it is a conversation, so don't think you just get to talk and I don't. Mm. Mm. Well, wait a minute, she seemed to be tough on the black folks. What she didn't be tough on. That was just well, she also is part of a group of people that went out getting people who broke the law during the get them out, paid bail and got them out of jail. So I don't know exactly where she, yeah. Mm-hmm. Can we leave that alone? I mean, seriously, can we leave that alone? Yeah, yeah. No, I don't know, but I'm limited on time, so it ain't even worth discussing at this point in time. Yeah. Hey, but I still love you. Don't get me wrong. Good morning, on air. Yes. Well, wait a minute. It turned out that it wasn't so lawful after all, and they staged papers that didn't even exist. So it turned out that it wasn't so lawful after all. From wait a minute, no. A judge in Florida. Matter of fact, that's what that's got nothing to do who appointed them. The law is the law. It turned out that they staged things. It turns out that's what they did. So, I mean, what you want me to do about it? Yeah, you dig on that. Yeah, I know, because you listen to too much CNN. Yeah. Now, I don't watch Fox News. Uh-huh. Just because they wait a minute. Just because they find you guilty don't mean you did it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. When the Democrats don't believe in letting the family live, they want to abort them. They want to abort them. Only those choices that can be made within the law. And they want to turn your boys into girls. Wait a minute. They want to cut your boy's whacker off and turning them to a girl. Call them a transgender. Can a man turn himself into a female? Can a man turn himself into a female? Okay, good. There ain't no personal. You can't. Yeah. What do you know about? Wait a minute. What do you know about the Freedom Fund? What do you know about the Freedom Fund that Kamala Harris backed that helped put crooks back out on the street? I know you don't know about that. I get. Yeah, I feel it. I said, what do you know about the Freedom Fund that she backed? They helped put. I know you. See, I know you have it, but see, that's why you. Well, she raised money to put murderers and people back on the street. That's right. Raise money. Okay, look up Freedom. Wait a minute. Look up the Freedom Fund, and then you'll get it. I manage it. I don't look at Breitbart News. I don't look at Breitbart News, but everything can't be wrong. Mm-hmm. I don't. I think they told the truth. I think they told the truth about that machine. What happened to? Wait a minute. What happened? Wait a minute. A year ago in an Atlanta courtroom, a man walked in there and showed you how you could actually change the numbers on that machine. So evidently you can do it. Oh, I got you. Okay. Libra. Okay. Listen, he's so old he don't need a law license anymore. Yeah. Because all the judges are wusses and they libs. Yeah, hey, listen, he can make mistakes and point in the wrong. Wait, wait a minute. Just because Trump appointed them don't mean they really meant what they said when they came before the Senate. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hey, listen, I gotta run. I don't want to cut you short. You gotta come down. We can talk more. I gotta go. One more call. Good morning. Okay, I hear. We talk about that later. We talk once. We talk that later. That later. One thing about politics. One thing about whichever side you're on, you believe in your decision. So I'm not going to change your mind. You're not going to change my mind. But truth crushed to the ground will rise again. So the one thing about truth, you can ignore it. You can even deny it. But there it is. You can't change it. Amen. One more call. Good morning. Okay, not right now. You can't. But anyway, okay. I don't think I'm gonna take it. Oh, did you know? One of the things you know. Did you know? According to the news, that 40% of all human jobs will probably be replaced by AI in the future. You might want to rethink your education pursuits because a lot of jobs won't be there 40 years from now. Anyway, time's up. I gotta go. See you Monday morning. Good Lord says the same. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
I'm Bethany Davis in the WSFA 12 newsroom. A new team effort is in place in Montgomery to target crime and catch wanted suspects. It's called the Metro Area Crime Suppression Unit. The goal is to stop organized crime, drug crimes, robberies, vehicle thefts, and shooting. In its first 12 days, they've conducted more than 400 traffic stops, 49 arrests, and issued close to 200 search warrants. It also recovered 5 stolen vehicles and seized 33 firearms. 2 horses here in Alabama tested positive for Eastern equine encephalitis. They were found in Covington and Mobile counties. EEE is a serious mosquito-transmitted disease, worse than West Nile for horses. 90% of them die. Let the games begin. The opening ceremony of the Summer Olympics in Paris is today, and 6 athletes will be competing for medals in Paris. You can find a complete list of this story on WSFA.com.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. A scene of destruction in Northern California. CBS's Jonathan Bigliotti is covering a big wildfire near the city of Chico that's now the state's largest this year.
Fire crews say wind-carried debris is sparking new flames, making the fire's path unpredictable.
This fire has fingers that are growing in different directions depending on which way the wind is blowing.
Julia Yarbo witnessed her dream